Hello all and welcome to today's episode of Both Sides Now, a historical podcast. Our special guests today are the one and only Benjamin Edes of the Gazette newspaper and George Grenville of the British Parliament. Today we will be discussing the controversial Stamp Act.
Hello. How do you do, Benjamin?
Fine, thank you.
So, as I said, we are discussing the Stamp Act of 1765. We want to hear both of your thoughts. Benjamin, let's start with you. I hope to hear a lively discussion between you two.
Thank you. In my humble opinion, the Stamp Act is a direct attack on the colonists. British tax collectors are asking for money we can't give. Most colonists are farmers, not wealthy men like you, George.
Hold on now, Benjamin. Let's not get so confrontational. A lively discussion can and should stay courteous. Moving on. How do you feel about the Stamp Act, George?
Well, unlike my acquaintance, I know the Stamp Act is necessary and beneficial to both Great Britain and the colonies.
With all due respect, sir, liar, liar, your pantaloons are on fire.
The colonies are part of Great Britain. We created the colonies and now we lead them. You are British citizens and therefore must abide by our laws.
The colonies have separated from Britain for years. We formed our own government. We have our own taxes. Not to mention, we have no representation in your parliament and therefore should not be subjected to pay your taxes.
The colonies have representation. Like the many other citizens of Great Britain, you are virtually represented by our esteemed members of Parliament.
Esteemed members of the parliament like yourself?
Alrighty, moving on. George, would you explain your opinions on how the government controls the colonies?
Thank you. Great Britain created the colonies. We've led you and aided you for decades, and this is how you repay us?
Led us? No. We colonists have had enough. We have been leading ourselves for decades. We are a functioning democracy without you. You can't just swoop in whenever it's convenient.
Don't be ridiculous. You've completely ignored the help we've given you. Under our leadership, you have the protection of our navy and our trade. Now all we ask for is a simple tax to support our lands and therefore yours.
This tax isn't helping us. Our people are suffering. Our farmers and laborers cannot pay this tax.
You stink like colony manure.
Okay then, that's enough of that for today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week with another riveting episode.